There we go. Now it's working.
Hello, everybody.
It's
who?
us.
It's us. It's us.
Yeah.
Last week of February, we are moving into March, and depending upon where you live, that means it's spring.
I'm already spring.
I know.
Yesterday, I was in my capris.
Okay, that's rushing it because it was a nasty rain yesterday. One of those.
Yeah, but that was in the evening. During the
Yeah.
day, it was pretty decent.
Yes, yeah, this is true. It was a lovely day yesterday. Yeah, spring is sprung.
Yes, it's nice.
Exactly. I love spring. So that brings us to the weekly dose. Deborah?
And Lori.
Okay. So what do we have?
Well, we have lots of things, sort of. I brought stuff to share.
Yes, she did.
I can share some stuff.
We have some interesting classes. Actually, we have an awful lot of classes this spring. And
I haven't even put even most of mine in yet.
I know. So, get to work. God. I don't know what you've been doing with yourself.
I've been sitting on my couch with my feet up, eating bonbons, watching The Young and Restless. Not really. My family watched that growing up.
Married with children. Katie.
Marry and sleep with everybody. But it is so funny because it's one of those shows, and I just laugh at it. It's like, because growing up, my dad and my mom was obsessed with watching that show, and it was always on, always on. And so it's on now, just before the news. And so I will sometimes switch it over there. I have not watched this for eons or whatever, but it's one of those things, right, that you cannot watch for 2 years and watch an episode and still know what's going on. You still know who everybody is, and I just laugh at those things because their kid, they'll have a kid and it'd be like a baby teenager. I know they grow fast, but not that fast. And then they're like that teenager for 15 years, and then all of a sudden, then they're 30
to get married.
Yeah, 30 for 15 years, and it's so that's why I figure I have no problem holding at 29 because I'm just pretending I live in a soap opera, and if you know my family, it is a soap opera. So there we go. I'm just my age.
Personally, I'm proud of my age. I think I'm holding pretty good. I'm still here. I'm still around. So yeah, I'm doing good.
There you go.
So,
all right.
What do we have?
Couple of quick announcements. Demo sale. Got a couple more days on those, and
2 days. That's it.
Not a lot there left to choose from.
No. So
we do have more. We have machines coming in, and then that I was teasing Tom on Friday because there's some going out the door, and I'm you're running out of machines. You're gonna have to start getting some new ones in. And he says they're on their way. So, because machines are leaving the stores
So yeah, we do need you. If there was anything you had your eye on, if you were thinking you wanted to supplement your hobby, now is the time. Now is the time.
Club.
Yes.
Fabric clubs are in. So if you've signed up for basics, these are the colors. Aren't they pretty? And this is the Kona one for February. Aren't they pretty? Even though they're yellow and yellowy greens, I'm almost going,
I know.
I'm having an issue with yellows
tempted,
right now.
Yeah, she's having an issue with the
So
yellows.
if you signed up, those ones are, if you haven't signed up and you really like them, I think there's a few extra. So let us know, get in here, and because there's only a few extra kits. Once the kits are gone, they're gone for the month. So if you like them and you didn't sign up, jump in, come grab them. If they're gone, then sign up so you don't miss out. Saying.
Exactly. Or even if you check the website and you see the colors coming up each month and that's yours, jump on it. Order it at that time. So then it's included in the order. Just keep an eye out for them because when they're gone, they're gone. And they are a great deal, by the way. Great deals.
So they're wonderful.
Okay, so classes. Now,
we have a lot of classes. So as usual, look at the class schedule.
Yeah.
Just a side note, because they're filling up really fast. I am going to do a thing for Facebook and YouTube. There we go. A separate video, because we just, for people signing up online, if they see a class that's sold out, they kind of like, oh, it's sold out. I'm going to do a walkthrough on how to see if there's another class or get your name on the wait list so we can do another class.
Yes.
It's just, if you go there and you open it up and it's sold out, there should be a little button on the bottom that says wait list. So add your name to that.
Because that is how we know that it's time to add a second, third, or in some of these cases, a 12th class.
When I'm finished showing my sample, because I'm so excited.
You'll understand why we're up into the 4th class category. So getting your name on the wait list it is vital if you're interested in the class, because that is how we know we need to add more. Sometimes we can do it on the same day, add it in the afternoon, but sometimes it is weeks or even a month or two down the line. But that's because we have so many classes on the schedule at this point that we to fit it in. So the sooner you get your name on the wait list, the sooner we get that added, and the sooner it is. And when you see what Lori wants to show you, because she is, and I don't blame her, because when I walked away from the class, I was exactly in the same boat that she is feeling at this point in time. To have it explained in the way it was explained and laid out just made all the difference in the world. It really, really did. So first class we're going to talk about is the forage bag. We are on to the second class, but maybe 1 or 2 openings. So if you were interested in that bag, now is the time to get your name on there so that you can get into that second one. It is in June, but June the 14th that the second one is, so
we're booking that far out.
That's how far out we are for second classes, even at this point.
For some of them, yeah.
Sit and Sews, as always, regular Wednesdays at Country Folk and Mondays here. Just check out, make sure that it is on the schedule, because like if there's a stat or something, sometimes
that throws it off.
Yeah, it can be thrown off there. The Labyrinth quilt.
That's behind us.
That is February the 27th, so we are talking days away. If you wanted it, again, get in there, because this is the last time Sandy will be teaching.
Sandy is
this
moving.
Class. She's
so you'd have to
going
go
to Ontario. Yeah. So,
you have to go to Ontario.
Yeah, Ontario.
If she's teaching out there, I don't know that she is.
I don't know what she's planning on doing there, but if you wanted to take any class with Sandy, we are down to the Labyrinth quilt at this point. So there it is. It's absolutely stunning, with any panel or sender that you wanted to use, and then coordinating fabric. It just looks so lovely. I can picture it on a bed. Cake Therapy has returned. It is currently running right now at Country Folk.
It's during our recording, it is, and then that.
Oh.
Yeah, because this technically will fill tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, they'll see this
Wednesday here.
Yes.
So,
when this posts.
Yeah, that's right.
It'll be running.
And it fills up quickly. So, do get your name in there if you want to attend. That way you're assured of a chair and a free pattern. Like, really, a free pattern. What more do you want?
Yeah.
Husqvarna. Now, these classes are, I have my sheet somewhere of what they are. Here we go. So there's the 4 for running next month. Husqvarna, tips and hints.
They're all Zoom.
Yes.
They are $15 each. Then they run about an hour and a half.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
They are like seminar, but even if they are done by the Husqvarna educator, and there will be a few things that are geared towards a Husqvarna machine, but the thing is, it doesn't matter what machine you have, they're still going to be useful. Tips
You
and
can correlate
hints
it,
for free motion stitching. Okay, that, you can do free motion stitching on any machine. So you're going to pick something up from
Yes,
it.
because they're going to also talk about thread painting, which it's a very unique skill, I think.
And which one is that one?
That's the free motion.
Okay, that's the free motion.
So, and that's the first running one. Like I said, for me this year, this is a expanding skills year. So all of these types of things, the free motion, the enhancing the free motion, all of those are skills I want to augment, or in some cases just learn, just the free motion. But I'm practicing, and so that one. Special techniques using your machine's decorative stitches in quilting. So many of us have these machines with all of these decorative stitches. Do you use them? Or do you kind of have a tendency to stick with certain ones? I know I do. I stick with certain ones, and I do try to expand. You kind of go back to it, but maybe if we sat and watched someone else using those very stitches that we have, we would start doing it too, because it's so easy to incorporate it in what we're doing, that if you've got it, use it. Getting started with ruler work, another one on my list.
Again, all machines do this.
Yes.
And so you're bound to pick up some tips, some tricks, some ideas, what it is, get a better understanding from it, from this class.
Yeah. And then the best tips and tricks for quilting with your embroidery machine. So those of us who do have embroidery machines, I have the standard, like you do it in the hoop, and, it's the design, and nothing wrong with that. I love it. I have a great time with it. But to, again, expand the use of the machine, get more use out of it, learn a different skill. Again, this is all it just kind of fell into place for me as soon as I saw all of these things going, okay, this is the year. So
it's
get
those
those
things
things going so that I can, and anybody get themselves going.
Okay, so we have those. What else do we have?
We have the Notion
Devotion. We have Rita coming.
Yes.
And she's got such great ideas. She brings lots of different notions. She's going to show them off. She's going to show us how to use them. If there's something in particular that you guys would love to see how to use it, drop us an email, and we'll see
what we can do.
Rita can bring it. And of course, there's going to be sales and stuff like that for those who show up.
It's like,
so come on now.
When we sit here and we see all the fabrics, you get ideas. When you work in an environment where you see all the notions, you get ideas. So it just kind of goes hand in hand.
Yep.
Stitch and Chatter is Thursdays, the last Thursday of the month.
Yes.
Here, and the last Saturday of the month in Country Folk.
Yep.
And there is one space left in the free motion.
Free motion. I'm going to show you. Okay, so Tom teaches the free motion. So I loved this class, and simply because it was a very different class. I mean, we do have the other free motion one where we're going to learn how to do all the patterns, and so I signed up because I feel very confident now. Okay, so the one thing about this class that's a bit different than other free motion classes is Tom shows you from a technician side on how to set your machine so that the machine is doing the work instead of you. And so when there is a problem, how to fix the machine instead of going, I screwed up. It's like, no. And the way he explains it is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
So if you've seen me sit there and beforehand sit there and say, I have more eyelashes than Tammy Faye Baker on my free motion. You got to see this. Okay, so this is my sample. I played. So you got to see. Look. No eyelashes.
There's no eyelashes.
No, there isn't. So I'm looking. I'm going. No, wait a minute. Oh no, that's a pattern on the
Yes.
thing. But there's no eyelashes on the front and on the back, and it just what it really was, it was a adjustment on my machine that needed to be done. So it was amazing. We had one lady that showed up, and her friends had convinced her to do this class, and she's coming in, she's grumbling and stuff like that. She goes, I don't know why I'm taking this class. I've taken lots of free motion classes, and at the end of it, I still don't know what I'm doing. And so she was basically figuring it was going to be another class, that she wasn't going to learn anything. And so we didn't even get into the free motion part of it, like just some housekeeping stuff in general that Tom was talking about. And her friends are going, well, we've already learned something. And so they thought it was amazing. And the one who didn't think she would, sorry, I'm just picking stuff off my mat. OCD, okay? So she left feeling confident that she could do this. And, so Tom is a really, really great teacher, but this is really, if you want to do free motion, this is a class you want to take, because it's not about the free motion patterns. It's about making sure that your machine is set up for success. And yes, I know Tom's not going to like that we're doing this, because he goes, I agreed to do one class. 15 classes later. So there is one spot. If you want this class, get your name. Now, granted, you're probably looking at more towards the end of spring or fall, because he will not put some in during the summer, because it's he's never in the store. But if you want this class, or you just feel a little frustrated, or it is a class. So you want to sign up for that class and get on the thing, because Tom is amazing.
Yeah, and we have one spot left in the Surger 2 class coming up in the second class at March the 25th.
You don't have my embroidery ones on here. That's okay.
Maybe they're full.
No, bunny one isn't.
In March?
Yes, it's in 2 weeks. Hopping down the bunny trail. So this is the new Kimber. So this is the Kimberbell pillow. I got 2 more blocks done. Aren't they cute? They're so cute. I would have had a third one, but my thread kept breaking this morning. I need to change my needle, and I know what I need to do, but I was not wanting to do it.
You weren't wanting to do it?
I wasn't wanting to do it.
What's your problem?
Well, I had to come and do this, so I'm like, no. So it was just one of those things. And the other thing is, I want to show off some fabric. See, it's there.
Oh.
On the 11th. So I think there's a couple of spots open on the day one, and there's a couple spots in the Zoom one. So if you want this, this is one of the few that's running both in person and Zoom. The Zoom one is designed for those who know what they're doing and are comfortable with their machine, because I'm not there to help you troubleshoot your machine. And it's going to give you some tips, some things you want to watch out for, and all that fun stuff. So there's also another class coming up, but I think it's full. But if you really like it, it's the flying geese. And so it's how to do flying geese 6 different ways.
Yes.
She's going to show us how to do. So this is, I like flying geese. I don't know why.
I don't know why either, but I like it as well. It's definitely, it augments a look.
It does.
And so what we're looking at.
Yeah, we're looking at the sample.
Quilt. We're actually looking at the sample.
And I'm like, I'll go show you guys the sample. Oh, actually, okay, I'm going to flip you around here for a second. So then you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is the quilt. Flying geese. Okay, in theory, it's technically full, but you can go on the wait list, because I'm sure Rita would like to teach more of it.
Okay, so
we're back.
Are you going to show us your fabric choices?
So, you guys see my fabric choices. Okay, so if you know me, I hate yellow. I really do.
Hate is a very strong word.
I don't like yellow.
Thank you.
Hate it. I don't know what's wrong with me right now. And Deborah's like, don't leave that open. But I am picking yellows. And I don't know why. So yellow for hopping down to Bunny Trail. I picked a yellow for this. Like, why did I do that? I like the yellows.
I'm
in
liking
this.
it as well. It's a
But
really
you
good
got to
choice.
see. So this is the fabric that I have picked. So this is going to be my back. Oh, don't do that because how organized. Oops. So this is the fabric for my background. So where it's gray over there, it's going to be this one. But look. And then for my geese. Yellow.
But it's working.
Yellow. And then, yeah, but look, gorgeous fabric. But see, look, beautiful.
Ooh,
so
I like that.
I'm gonna show this. Yeah.
Ooh.
There is a little bit left if you want it. Maybe I left some behind, but you got to see this. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this down. and
These are
then
your geese.
These are gonna be my geese. But look. Isn't that gorgeous? I've had a few people who've asked what I'm like picking, but isn't that gorgeous? It's gonna look so nice, but it's yellow. But I'm like,
She's having trouble.
I am having trouble with this. I really am because it's not me. But I'm like, it looks so, yeah. I might need some help. Oh, there's the other color. This is the other one. This is the green. Oh, and these ones. Oh, sorry, that's the paper. There we go. Look at the bees. I'm excited. I am looking forward. That class is in a couple of weeks. I got my fabric cut, and I am so excited to take that one. I'm just really into learning right now. And so I had success with my free motion one, so I'm looking forward to that one. And then I am going to take the next one in the free motion because I feel confident. Yeah, so I'm going to...
That's this one going to show us
Look at this one. So this
plan
one,
out.
this is Rita, and so she's going to show more of actual free motion stuff, and other than just stippling. Once you know how to do your thing, so that's a class coming up. So that's going to be good. And then we have the binding class.
Yes.
If you're wanting binding, you're going to have to go on the wait list for that one too.
Yeah.
3 different types of binding. So there's regular binding, and then two-tone.
Reversal.
Is it reversal?
Yeah, that's what it
Okay.
reads in the
I call it two-tone, one color on one side, one color on the other side, and then one with a little tuck in it.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, I'm excited. I'm going to learn all this stuff.
Oh, thank you, Jen.
Yeah, see? So, we're showing these in advance because these are some popular classes. So, this one here, see? If you want in them, get in them now. If they're full, then you want to take and get on the wait list so we can open up more classes because, yeah, we're quite busy right now.
Okay,
So,
we have a topic.
we do. So, if you've watched us on a few occasions, you've heard us argue. And they're going, about what? Like list.
Yeah,
the
list is long.
The list is long. Okay, so, you know I don't iron. But, and then she also said, I don't iron. And she goes, it's not ironing, it's pressing. So, today we are going to talk ironing and pressing. What is the difference? And why you do one over the other and all that kind of stuff. Because to me, when you use this, and no matter whether you do this or whatever, it is still ironing. And that's what I refer to it. But there is a difference between ironing and pressing. Other than just ironing, it is this motion, and pressing is this. Okay, so there's more to it than just the motion.
Yes.
So Deborah's going to help us understand that a little bit more. And she's going to help me to understand the difference.
Basically, my point is to try to convince Lori to press.
Okay.
Okay, so last night, and I just realized this moment. Okay, so if you've watched this at all, you know that my original background was in garments. And I went to Algonquin, I studied tailoring, design, you name it. And they were very specific about the ironing and the pressing situation. So you do use your iron to help mold something, or you use your iron to set a seam. In quilting, it's a little slightly different. The concept's the same though. Last night I tried to do, and I just realized I picked the wrong type of fabric, because batiks have a coating which makes them a little bit more steady when you're pressing. Because I wanted to show the difference between pressing and ironing. Because if you're something other than batik, if you're ironing, the fabric can, not always, can shift in the direction that you're ironing, because you are moving the heat on top of the fabric. So if the fabric is going to have any give, which most of it does, with the exception of batik, it can create a movement.
I did a little research on the thing, and so when we talked a couple weeks ago about pre-washing or not pre-washing, and if you pre-wash, you have to iron your fabric or whatever. So that's why you iron your fabric after you pre-wash it, because you are ironing it and stretching it, because it will stretch, and you're stretching it back into shape.
To its memory. You're taking it back to its original memory.
Yeah, back to its original memory. That's why you're ironing it. And so, and I've noticed this is that when I've cut a piece and then I'm ironing it or whatever, as you are getting those wrinkles out or whatever, but I do notice that there is a shape that it grows a little bit, because I originally was thinking that it's just because I'm taking out the wrinkles, but like, no, because it's even happening on fabric where there technically is no wrinkle.
Right.
And then that. So it does stretch the fabric. So if you want to test this, cut a piece of fabric and then iron it. So you're doing the ironing, not the pressing. You're ironing it, and then take that same ruler. So cut a square,
exactly.
4x4, and then take your ruler and put it over and see if there is a difference in size, and you probably will.
You'll probably, and the thing is, if you're making, like I said, a king size quilt, we're talking 100 inches across, maybe, if you like a lot big overhang, which I do. And you've got even
a millimeter.
And you've got 30 seams across there. That's 30 millimeters by the time you get to the other end. And if you've ever wondered why, like if you've got a narrow border when you're trying to square up your quilt, and you can tell now that something has distorted, chances are that's why you ironed. You didn't press. And pressing is easier as opposed to ironing. Like, you're not, hefting on it. And I use a wool mat. And in lots of cases, I also use a press cloth. Either the acrylic silicone type that we sell. Silicone's not right, but you know what I mean. Or if I can't find that, which, sometimes happens, then I'll just grab a tea towel, a cotton linen tea towel, and use anything. Because basically you want the heat, but it doesn't have to be directly on the actual end fabric. This is where you can actually, I don't know whether you'll be able to tell.
So you can see.
So this one I ironed, and you can see it's not flat.
No, there's some wrinkles here. Like if
this one I pressed.
So, put these a little closer. So if you look, it lays.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna go up. There we go.
Oh,
now they can see.
Yeah.
So it's flat, but here you can see.
Yeah. It has shifted.
It's got a little bit of a wave to it.
And if there was only one in your whole quilt, not going to do much distortion. But you can see if you want to start to add something to it, it is going to distort on these two spots where it has already distorted itself, where this one is not.
Here, if you go, it just lays right
Yeah.
flat. Here, as you're going along, there's a wave to it.
And again, one It doesn't matter. You can fix it. It can be adjusted. That's what, pressing again can do. But if it's, you've got 10 of these, you're going to see a distortion as you get to your finished line, or trying to join them up to something. It's not going to work the way you want it, and you're going to have to start to either redo it, which, like you can only do that so many times before you run out of your fabric. But just to give you, it's so much, trust me, it's easier to just press down than to create the movement. Right?
Well, we were talking earlier, and we were talking with the movement. One of the things that I find is if I've got a wrinkle in my fabric, because you cut it and then you've got that wrinkle. I'm constantly ironing, trying to get that wrinkle out. And then this is why I don't necessarily like ironing, because even after I'm finished, you still get that shadow or that look of that wrinkle there. And I'm so what's the point if it's still kind of there? Because when I go and sew, it's still going to be there, even though it's not as wrinkled. There's still the shadow, there's still that look. And so Deborah was sitting there saying, when you're ironing, you're constantly moving it, so there's that heat does not get quite in there. But when you're pressing, especially if you use a pressing sheet and then you put it over that is going to loosen those fibers a lot better and easier to get that wrinkle out. Yeah. And so I'm
utilize your tools.
I'm going to try this, and I'm going to try and press more than I iron. And
so I haven't convinced you yet.
Well,
you still have to test it.
It's not so much you haven't convinced me. I understand, and all those other kind of things. To use my children's words, I'm lazy.
That's what they say to you?
Yeah, they tell me that. It's can you do this? Oh, I'm lazy. Well, maybe I'll be lazy when I not go grocery shopping and making dinner. And then that.
Good point.
Except for it doesn't work with Isabella because she's got her own money, so then she just goes and buys something and stuff. But
it's a good independence lesson.
It is. But so there are things I do have to iron, and so when I have to do it, I'm going to do pressing more than ironing. Mm-hmm. But I see your point now is when I'm ironing, I am stretching things and distorting things, and it will make a difference. So I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Am I going to like it?
Don't know why. There's nothing to it. And it just makes what you're doing.
I know, but it's still standing there, and it's one extra step. I want the finished product.
But see, you cut accurately. You pick fabulous fabric.
I agree with that one. Yes. I don't agree with that one.
You cut accurately, don't you? And then you stitch accurately. Don't you want to press accurately? Sorry, these are all steps.
You have high hopes on me. I pick great fabric. I totally agree with you on that one. Stitch straight. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no.
See, that's fundamental.
Yeah. See, it was in class we were laughing, about, you do this, and then drink a glass of wine. I don't drink. I can't sew straight to begin with. And so I start adding a glass of wine in there, and I'm going to be going, woo! Actually, maybe the glass of wine will help me sit straight.
I don't have any liquid in my sewing areas, not even water.
Yeah.
Because that's...
those are things I'm still... See, I do 95% is embroidery. The machine does the straight stitch, not me. So I am learning other things, and I am getting better at getting practice. Yeah, that's why I like stippling. I don't have to be straight.
But even with embroidery, don't you press your fabric before you put it in the hoop?
I do, but see, this is where the ironing is when you iron it, because it's got wrinkles in it. And so you want to get those wrinkles out because you see it. But see, with background quilting now, You can hide those wrinkles.
I haven't given up. I haven't given up.
So, but the thing is, so there was ways I could find ways to hide it, but I would iron my stuff, and then, but you do have to iron the Presto on and things like that. So there are having to use irons more, and so that's why I want to understand the difference between ironing and pressing, because the way I was doing it, it really was a waste of time, because I mean, I'm ironing and the wrinkle's not gone. I'm just going to hide it in this thing.
Yeah.
So why spend those extra steps in ironing to get it out when I know how to hide it in the background quilting?
I see your point.
But for the flying geese, not quite so
It's
easy.
not, yeah.
I'm going to need to know the difference between ironing and pressing. And so for this, I'm going to need to press as opposed to ironing. So I'm not stretching out the fabric. I am not stretching out that seam. And so for this stuff,
Yeah, because that's an awful lot of flying geese in one quilt.
Yes.
You don't want to distort. 'Cause-
Yes.
And you will be on the bias.
yes.
So
those are things I'm going to need to know, because it's not as easy hiding in an embroidery.
this is very true.
So I will. Now, I will do it. Doesn't mean I'll like it. Just kind of like, you wash dishes. You don't like washing dishes, but you have to do it. And
Right.
those kind of things. So I will do it, and there you go. So
Alrighty.
ironing and pressing. Ironing is if you want to stretch things or you want to make it bigger. But pressing is in pre-made stuff is where you really want to do it.
Yeah.
Ironing is great after something is done, because it's already done. Like you
Yes.
iron your shirt, you
Yeah.
iron and all those kind of stuff. You're not going to distort anything because it's already been
Yes.
placed where it needs
Exactly.
to be. But pre-made stuff, so in your quilting, in your garment making, you do want to use the pressing motion,
Yeah.
so you're not stretching and distorting
Exactly.
things.
Yes.
So
Okay.
in the comments, add your own 2 cents.
Yes,
And then
absolutely.
because that's how we learn, is everybody kind of shares your thoughts and things that you've run into.
See who's in Lori's camp. See who's in mine.
Well, I understand the difference now between ironing and pressing. It's just, I still don't like it.
Well, I didn't say you had to like it.
That is true. All right. Have a great day. Technically Tuesdays. The sun's supposed to come out later this week. So come in and enjoy the sun. It's supposed to warm up.
It's still better than what the rest of the country's getting.
That is true. That is true. All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.